Hello, it's Martin White here from the Global Dairy Congress in Warsaw, Poland. I'm here with Charles Brand, the Executive Vice President of Product Management and Commercial Operations at Tetra Pak. So Charles, how have you found the Congress so far?
Been very interesting, lots of good speeches about the dairy industry and about the general market and how it's affecting growth of dairy products. Very interesting indeed.
You spoke a bit about the drivers affecting the dairy value chain. So can you tell us a bit what the most important drivers affecting the dairy value chain are at the moment?
I mean, if you start with the consumers, they've got an awful lot of choice today, and they're looking for new experiences, new products, and differentiation. And it's within that the dairy has a lot of challenges to address those needs. Find products that are going to attract the consumers of today, the connected consumers, and those that have got lots of choices to pick from.
So how exactly can the dairy industry respond effectively to those changes?
I think the first thing is to understand the consumer itself and look at what needs they have, look at the different consumption occasions that dairy could fit into, and innovate to address those different needs.
And what are the most influential trends in the dairy industry at the moment, would you say?
Most influential trends, I would say value-added dairy products is where it's all about. Liquid fluid milk is declining in most developed markets and with a lot of competition from value-added products, and it's in that space that the dairy industry can innovate to address those consumer needs for all the different consumption occasions, may it be breakfast occasions or nutrition for sport or having a refreshing beverage in some other consumption occasion.
And which sorts of markets are offering the greatest growth opportunities for the dairy industry at the moment, would you say?
I mean, I think you've got growth opportunities in developed markets which are under pressure by innovating to address those consumer needs. Of course, in developing markets, there's more of an inherent growth in dairy products generally. And even there, it's not just about delivering white milk, but also addressing the market with value-added products.
In the presentation, you mentioned Tetra Pak's collaborative innovation journey. Can you tell us a little bit more about that process?
We believe that if we start with the consumer, you should start by looking at the white spaces in the market, not just taking the existing products that are there and trying to push them into the market, but really looking at what are the consumers looking for and in what consumption occasion are they looking for it. And then if you work back from that, then you can then create a tailored product for that need and then industrialize it with all the modern technology to be able to deliver it at the lowest possible cost.
So do you think that things like analytics and stuff are helping manufacturers address those consumer changes?
Absolutely. I mean, analytics, if you start with analytics in a factory context by pulling out all of the data from the operations and then using advanced analytics to create insights then on how to improve the operations, that's how you deliver a better cost profile. You then obviously have market research and analytics on market data to look for trends and look for those best white spaces where there are growth opportunities. And again, advanced data analytics is playing a big role there in quickly finding those best places.
Okay, and how are shifting retail trends such as e-commerce affecting the dairy industry at the moment?
E-commerce is allowing consumers to pick from a much wider range of products. They're not going into store and then looking in the dairy aisle and picking out a product. They're looking online and they're searching social media and they're seeing something that's interesting and then they're going online to find that product, and that can be in many different places. So I think again for the dairy industry to understand what those trends are, to latch on to them and then to use e-commerce and online media to attract consumers is the best way for the dairy industry to respond.
Okay, so what does the future hold for the dairy industry and Tetra Pak in particular?
The dairy industry has a long tradition and will have a great future. It is all about innovating to meet consumer needs, whatever they may be, and whenever the consumer needs the product. And that really is the trick. Think about the consumption occasion and address it with a targeted product that fits their needs.
Okay, thank you very much for joining me, Charles.
Thank you very much.